So long ago, in a small village in Senegal called Bambali, there lived a young boy. His name was Sadio Mane. Bambali wasn't a place with shiny skyscrapers, it was a place where life was simple but often very hard. He saw poverty every single day. He knew what it felt like to want something you couldn't have, but even with all the challenges, he had something special. He had a dream. And that dream was all about a football. From the moment he could walk, Sadio was obsessed with football. He didn't have proper footballs. They played with grapefruits, bundled rags, anything that would roll. They would play for hours under the hot Senegalese sun. The dusty fields of Bambali were his first stadium. His family, however, had different plans. They were a very religious family. His father was an imam. They wanted him to become a teacher. They told him, "Sadio, this football thing is a waste of time. You need to focus on your studies." He listened. He respected his elders. But the fire inside him for football wouldn't go out. It was a constant battle between his duty to his family and his undeniable destiny. This boy from Bambali, with torn boots and a heart full of hope, was getting ready to make a run for it. He was about to change his life, and his village, forever. When Sadio turned 15, he knew he had to make a choice. He secretly packed a small bag with his best clothes, and without telling anyone except his best friend, he ran away from home. He took a bus to the capital, a journey filled with fear and excitement. He was just a boy arriving in a massive city all alone, with no money and no one to welcome him. Imagine the noise, the crowds, the sheer size of it all. Terrifying for someone who'd only ever known village life. Sadio found a family who took him in, but at his first trial people laughed at him. He wore old torn boots and shabby shorts. Coaches probably thought, "Who is this kid from the village?" They judged him before he even kicked a ball. But then, he started to play. The boots didn't matter. The shorts were forgotten. All that mattered was the magic he could create. Speed, footwork, raw talent. That trial was the beginning of everything. A French scout spotted him. A diamond in the rough. Soon came an opportunity. Moved to France and joined the Metz Academy. It meant leaving his country and continent behind. He called the family he had run away from. Their shock turned to pride. The boy they thought was wasting his time was on his way to Europe. The great escape from Bambali hadn't just led him to Dakar, it had opened a door to the entire world. He was leaving with a dream and a promise to himself. Arriving in Europe was another huge shock. The cold weather, different food, a new language. He felt lonely and homesick, but on the football pitch he spoke a universal language. He worked incredibly hard, pushing himself every single day. At Metz and then Red Bull Salzburg he started scoring goals and making a name for himself. People in European football began to whisper his name. His journey was a ladder. He was climbing it one step at a time. His big break came when he moved to England, first at Southampton, then at the legendary Liverpool FC under Jurgen Klopp. Sadio Mane became a global superstar. With Mohamed Salah and Roberto Firmino, the deadly attacking trio lit up the world. He helped Liverpool win the Champions League and then the Premier League. He wasn't just a player anymore, he was a champion. After further moves, including Bayern Munich in 2023, he embarked on a new chapter with Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia. A new footballing adventure and a major financial opportunity. Through all the trophies and fame, Sadio never forgot where he came from. He remained the same humble boy from that small Senegalese village. While other players might get lost in glamour, Sadio's feet stayed firmly on the ground. He knew his success wasn't just for him, it was for his people. The roar of Anfield was amazing, but the needs of his hometown were always in the back of his mind. He had won football's greatest prizes, but his biggest project was just getting started. While Sadio Mane was collecting medals in Europe, he was building a legacy back home in Bambali. He saw his wealth not as a ticket to a life of luxury, but as a tool to change the lives of others. He remembered his father dying because there was no hospital in the village, so he built one, funding a modern hospital so no one else would have to suffer like his family did. He remembered wanting to learn. The school was small and run down, so he built a new, free public high school to give children opportunities he never had. He provides laptops and even a €400 bonus to top-performing students to encourage excellence. He wants to see the next generation of doctors, teachers, and leaders. He is planting seeds of hope and waiting for a forest of new dreams to grow. He funded a post office and installed 4G so the village could connect to the wider world. He even gives each family a monthly support payment of €70 to help with daily needs. He builds infrastructure, but more than that, he builds dignity. giving people the tools to stand on their own 2 feet. Why would I want 10 Ferraris, 20 diamond watches, or 2 jet planes? What will these objects do for me and for the world? I was hungry, I had to work in the fields, I survived hard times, I played football barefooted, I did not have an education. But today, with what I earned thanks to football, I can help my people. In a world obsessed with fame and fortune, Sadio Mane is a reminder that true wealth is not what you have, but what you give. He is more than a footballer, he is the heart of his community, a hometown hero. In the next episode we will explore more of Sadio Mane hero story.